Hey guys, and welcome to the channel. I got some questions on how you don't care what other people think. And so I wanted to talk about this, talk about fear, talk about our own mind and our limiting beliefs and the stories we tell ourselves, and some tips on how not to care about that, because fear is what holds most people back, right? And so I posted on YouTube every single day, even if maybe I need to post a video and I'm not feeling my best or look a certain way or whatever. And I just go, I committed to showing up. And so I post, right? And so how do I do that? Even though this is going out to anyone, it could go out to anyone in the world, but I'm still going to post, but I'm committed to that. And I also, it's part of the growth journey. Part of why I'm able to do that is because I said, this is what I want to do. And this is what it's going to take. And I also am just simple. I just want to show up genuine and real and raw and just be like, hey, this is what I'm learning. This is what I read. Here's an article I read. Here's some 10 tips that I came up with on this, or that have why am I able to do this? All right, here, let me put up a list and let me share. And so that's what it's about. And I'm not worrying about if I'm looking the best, if I am acting the best, if I don't make a mistake, or if I don't stutter, if I have the best production value. Yes, I do care about these things. Like, of course, I don't want to present myself in a negative way. I also don't want to have it completely dark and so you guys can't tell what the heck is going on. That's not a fun experience for you guys. So I definitely can improve that if you'd like that along the way. But it's really important not to let fear or embarrassment, the fear of embarrassment, Sarah Blakely talks about this a lot, hold you back. And so I have a 10-year-old stepson, and then I'm around a bunch of middle schoolers and things of that nature, and just adults. A lot of adults that I've seen are fearful, are scared, are worried about being embarrassed, are worried about making a mistake. And so there's a few tips that I can talk about on how to not be so worried about that. And so the first thing I would say is, whose life are you living? Are you living for the approval of someone else, or are you living for the approval of yourself? And so that is really, really key. And some people will say selfish, and maybe I'll change my mind on this and be like, dang, Elizabeth, you are so focused on you and trying to figure out how to make yourself better instead of just worrying about other people making them better. I'm of the belief right now that the more you take care of yourself, and the more that you work on yourself and work on your health and get good rest and all those basic things, the better you'll show up for other people, the better example you will be, the more you can do and create, and the more energy you will have, and the more you can impact other people. That's my belief right now for most of the time. And so that's what I say. But at the end of the day, who's going to live your life? Who's going to live your life? It's you. And so are you going to think about what little Johnny or Susie says and let that hold you back from maybe building the biggest company, making a really great family, going to share a gift that you have, or becoming this public speaker, or becoming a doctor when someone doubted you and didn't believe you and said you would never become a doctor, you're not smart, you were never good at science? Are you going to let those things, or you're a really bad test taker, or you're this? I do want to say maybe there's some truth in those things. Hey, I'm not the best test taker, but I'm going to work on it. So most things, it's a growth mindset. I didn't realize the actual terms for this, but as I was younger, if I wanted something, I would go for it. And for whatever reason, what my parents said, they were so encouraging and put that belief in me. And part of it's also just innately, if I want something, that's what I'm going to do. And so you do it. Like, I didn't make the volleyball team the first time in middle school, but then I went out and I would practice, and it was winter time, and my parents were super supportive, and they got a volleyball net. And so I would go practice and we'd play with friends. And then we went and got a membership to some open gym, and it wasn't super expensive. And I would just go and I would go practice at the open gyms. And then the next year I ended up making it, but I would practice and I would go out there, and I decided that I wanted to do it. And so decide what you want to do. It doesn't mean that I want to be president of the United States or I want to go to the moon. You maybe could do that. It doesn't guarantee success, right? But the first part is just belief. Believe in yourself. Believe. I think that's been a critical area. I'm not the most successful person in the world or anything, but I believe. And I think a lot of successful people, or people who are happy, they believe. They know what they want, and then they go for it, and they believe that they can. And that's a huge part. If you're fearful, you are worrying about what other people are thinking. And yes, I don't want people thinking I'm, whatever. that'd be great. It's nice when people think that you're a good person or that you're doing great, etc. Like, that's nice, right? There is a whole social hierarchy and the social aspects and stuff. I've been really into evolutionary psychology, and I've studied sociology and all those different things. So I totally am aware of that. But at the end of the day, you have to be comfortable enough to do what you want to do and say, if I really want to make this happen, I'm not going to let the worry about what someone else thinks affect me. And there is something called the spotlight effect, where you think that people are thinking about you, and a lot of times they're not, and they're more focused on themselves. And even if they are thinking about you, because sometimes I hear this and I'm like, I've heard of people, and I've done this too, where I am thinking about that. And so it's not totally true that they're not completely thinking about you, but typically it's in response to them, something about themselves. And so you have to live your life, and you have so much potential in you. I really want you to believe that and to see that. And so don't let fear of rejection, fear of failure, fear of what other people think get in the way. And there's a ton of information in Think and Grow Rich. I really love this book on the common fears that hold people back and the things that you need to do to be successful. And a lot of it is having a burning desire, having that desire to achieve what you want, having faith and persistence, believing that you can, and then continuing on and getting over those obstacles. And so fear, dig into that. Why are you so fearful? Like, are you really worried about what other people think? And that's what a lot of it boils down to. And like I said, yes, I don't want people thinking a certain thing about me, but at the end of the day, like, I just did a video on caring what people think. What do I think? If I think I'm okay with it, if I'm okay with it, it's good. If I'm freaking out about it, then that's typically a area where I'm like, ooh, this is not good. And so that's the main message. I just want to tell you guys this. I'm sorry if I'm rambling, but believe in yourself, believe in what you have, and don't let your own mind or your worries about what other people think or your fears hold you back. And now fears can be normal, they can be helpful, because we were designed to keep ourselves alive, which is good, and to survive, right? But we also have to know that there aren't these saber-toothed tigers coming to get us right now. And so really question those fears that you have, and really maybe dive deep into them and wonder, am I going to be happy that this held me back? Do I really care about what Susie says? Am I really going to let Susie decide what I do with my life? When you think about some of those things, it's like, wow, I need to make a change. And it doesn't mean that you're just automatically going to go do it and be like, yep, I don't care. I don't care what Susie thinks. I don't care what anyone thinks. But it will at least start you in the right direction and thinking of who you want to be, who you can be, and deciding that you're not going to let those things, not the limiting beliefs of other people, the stories you're telling yourself, and the things that you are impacting. Sometimes it's our own thoughts and perceptions. And so don't let yourself hold you back. Don't let others hold you back. Don't let fears hold you back, and don't let yourself hold you back. And so if you want more tips, or if you want more information on this, a lot of successful people say, like sometimes on this channel, I'll talk about the tactics, or what specifically do you need to invest in, or what do rich people specifically do? They start a business, or they make investments, or they have assets and they invest in this asset. But a lot of times it's the mindset. It's the mindset and the being able to navigate the feelings. And that's something that I've worked on and that I've experienced, and that I'm working on as I'm doing my own journey right here with YouTube. And so I'm happy to share, but just let yourself feel, let yourself go through it, and don't let yourself hold you back, and don't let others hold you back as well, because you have things that the world needs. You can create a different life for yourself if that's what you want. And so go do it, and don't let anything hold you back. It's worth it. And we need you, and you need what you have. Don't let other people hold you back. Don't let other people live your life. Live your own life and be okay with that, and go out there and crush it. So I hope this message was helpful to you. Let me know in the comments below. Feel free to like and subscribe for more, and I will see you in the next video. I can't wait to see what you do with your life, and I can't wait to see what you work on, improve, and overcome. You can do it. I can do it. We all can do it. Let's do it together. Bye, guys. Cheering for you.